The night breathed with an eerie stillness as the moon trembled behind torn clouds. Shadows moved unseen, weaving threads of deceit that stretched far beyond mortal sight. Archangel Michael says, "A shocking deal is made behind your back. A pact forged in silence that threatens the essence of your destiny, or your future is not what you imagine." It shifts, cracks, and bends under the weight of this unseen treachery. The air thickens with a heavy urgency, as if the very fabric of time hesitates before breaking. The whispering voices in the shadows grow louder, carrying secrets meant to shatter your peace. God says your heart must steel itself, for the betrayal is closer than you think, nested within the circle you trusted most. This is not just a minor wound, but a festering wound in the soul's armor. The betrayal has layers, each deeper and darker, pulling you into a web where hope flickers uncertainly. The moon's pale light casts long, trembling fingers across your path, revealing cracks you did not see. Behind smiles and familiar eyes lurks a deal sealed without your knowledge. A transaction bartered in silence, a price extracted from your very future. The chill of it sinks deep into your bones, a cold promise of coming storms. Archangel Michael says the scales of justice are tipping, weighed down by hidden hands that seek to rewrite your story. The divine balance quivers with the weight of this secret treason. The clock of destiny ticks louder, counting down the moments before truth erupts like a violent storm. You feel the piercing gaze of 1,000 unseen eyes, watching, waiting, calculating. The betrayal is not only personal, it reaches into the spiritual realm, shaking the pillars of your faith. Dark clouds gather at the horizon, heralding a confrontation that cannot be avoided. God says your spirit will be tested beyond measure, but the fire of truth will burn away the shadows. You must prepare for the unveiling, when the hidden deal reveals itself in blinding light. The ground beneath you trembles, as if warning the earth itself that upheaval is near. The weight of this betrayal presses down, like chains forged from despair and silence. You are caught in the middle of a divine chess game, where pawns move without knowing their fate. Yet, within you stirs a fierce light, a force that refuses to be extinguished. Archangel Michael's wings beat with thunderous power, a herald of the coming battle. He stands at the gate of revelation, ready to tear down the veils of deceit. His voice echoes in the storms. This is about your future. The time to face what lurks in the shadows is now. The fabric of your world begins to unravel, thread by delicate thread. Trust fractures, alliances shift. and the very air hums with impending change. The betrayal is a tempest, and you stand at its eye. Heart pounding, caught between destruction and deliverance. God says the path ahead is dangerous, lined with snares and spiritual warfare. The enemy moves in the dark, but so does the light, fierce, unyielding, and relentless. You will not walk this path alone. Divine armies march with you, unseen yet unmistakably real. The night stretches endlessly, filled with whispers and the scent of burning incense. Your soul feels the pull of two worlds, one of shadow, one of radiant hope. This battle is not only for survival, but for the reclamation of your destiny. The hidden deal threatens to sever bonds that once held sacred. It is a wound that bleeds into your future, coloring it with fear and uncertainty. But within the chaos, a promise lingers: the dawn will come, fierce and unyielding. Archangel Michael's sword gleams in the darkness, ready to strike down deception and lies. The heavens hold their breath, waiting for the moment when truth will blaze like a star in the night sky. The storm of betrayal rages, but so does the fire of divine justice. God says your daughter's fate hangs in the balance, intertwined with this secret pact. The spiritual conflict you face is not just yours, it is hers as well. The forces arrayed against her are powerful, but so are the forces that stand to protect and redeem. The trembling moon slips behind a curtain of clouds, plunging the world into deeper darkness. Yet, even in the blackest night, there is a spark, a single flame that cannot be snuffed out. That flame is your spirit, fierce and unbroken. The betrayal is a crucible, and you are forged anew in its fire. The path will be harsh, the nights long, but the dawn is not beyond reach. Archangel Michael says, "Stand firm, warrior of light." The battle is fierce, but victory is written in the stars. The air crackles with tension, charged with the electric hum of unseen forces. The deal made behind your back is a dark tide, but the wave of divine justice rises to meet it. Your future trembles, but it will not fall. God says the time is now. Open your eyes and your heart to the truth. The shadows will not hide forever. The divine reckoning approaches with the speed of thunder, and you must be ready to face it. The dawn broke with a blood-red sky, as if the heavens themselves cried out in warning. Shadows clung to your daughter's footsteps, thick and heavy like a second skin. Archangel Michael says, God is very angry at your daughter, for she walks a path tangled in darkness, and the consequences will shake the foundations of your family. Her spirit trembles beneath invisible chains, forged by choices hidden from your eyes. The air around her thickens with spiritual conflict, a war waged quietly yet fiercely within the unseen realm. The moon's pale gaze pierces through the veil, illuminating the tangled web she has woven with each breath. God says the fire burning inside her is not the light of salvation, but a consuming blaze threatening to engulf all she loves. The betrayal uncovered in the shadows finds its echo in her heart, where fear and defiance collide. She stands at a crossroads, teetering between ruin and redemption, and time runs thin. The winds whisper of battles fought behind closed doors, where promises were broken and loyalty shattered. Your daughter's soul is a battlefield strewn with scars invisible to the naked eye. The night hums with tension as ancient forces stir, drawn to the unfolding drama that grips her fate. Archangel Michael's voice rumbles like thunder. This is a moment of reckoning. The darkness within her threatens to consume, but the light of divine justice stands ready to strike. His wings beat a warning across the skies, summoning the heavenly host to prepare for the coming storm. Her footsteps falter beneath the weight of unseen chains, forged by betrayal and hidden deals. The heavens watch, waiting for her next move, knowing the path she chooses will ripple through generations. The stars blink coldly, reflecting the cosmic conflict waged over her destiny. God says the anger burning in the divine realm is a fierce fire, scorching the earth and sky alike. It is not without purpose, but a cleansing flame that will either purify or destroy. Your daughter's spirit is caught in this inferno, torn between the shadow and the light. The moon trembles behind torn clouds once more, as if the night itself mourns her peril. Her face, once radiant with innocence, now flickers with doubt and hidden fear. The silence around her is thick, charged with the weight of a secret too heavy to bear alone. Archangel Michael stands as guardian and warrior, his sword drawn in defense and judgment. He carries the burden of divine wrath, but also the hope of mercy. Your daughter's fate is entwined with your own. He declares, and what is hidden must be revealed. The spirits of the past whisper warning. Their voices a haunting chorus beneath the moon's shrouded glow. The ground beneath your daughter seems to shift, as if the earth itself is uncertain whether to embrace or reject her. Her heart races with the knowledge of coming trial and judgment. God says the threads of her life have been pulled taut, stretched nearly to breaking. The secret deal made behind your back casts a shadow over her future, a darkness that threatens to swallow her whole. But even in this darkness, a spark remains, fragile, but fiercely alive. the celestial battle intensifies, swirling around your daughter like a tempest of light and shadow. She is both victim and combatant, caught in a war that transcends mortal understanding. The night crackles with divine energy, a symphony of chaos and order clashing. Archangel Michael's wings spread wide, casting a protective shield that flickers with holy fire. Yet, even his power has limits, bound by divine law and mercy. The moment of truth is upon her, he warns, and no shadow can last when the dawn arrives. The weight of divine anger presses down like a storm cloud ready to burst. It seeks to cleanse through fire, to purge the darkness that festers within. Your daughter's soul is the battleground where this cosmic war unfolds, and the outcome is far from certain. God says, hold fast to hope, for even in the deepest night, the light strives to break through. The journey ahead will be harsh and unforgiving, but it is not without purpose. Every tear, every prayer, every heartbeat carries the potential for transformation. The moon slips behind a veil of night, leaving only the stars as silent witnesses to her fate. The wind carries the distant cry of angels, a lament and a promise intertwined. The clash between divine justice and human frailty rages on, relentless and unyielding. Archangel Michael's voice cuts through the darkness, a beacon of divine authority and compassion. Prepare, for what comes is beyond mortal reckoning. Stand firm, and know that the battle for her soul is also a battle for yours. The skies roar their agreement, thunder rolling like celestial drums. God says the time is near when all will be revealed, when hidden sins and secret deals will no longer find refuge in darkness. The daughter's fate hangs in the balance, a fragile thread in the vast tapestry of divine will. Yet, even now, redemption waits, just beyond the horizon. The sky split open with a blinding flash as celestial forces surged like a tidal wave. Stars fell like embers, scattering across the heavens in a furious dance of light and shadow. Archangel Michael says, the battle for your daughter's soul has ignited, and the cosmic scales of justice begin their final tipping. The air vibrates with the roar of angelic armies, their swords humming with holy fire and wrath. The veil between worlds thins, exposing the raw struggle of divine justice against the creeping darkness. Every heartbeat pounds with the weight of unseen battles waged in realms beyond mortal sight. God says this moment is the crucible of truth, where lies are burned away and the true nature of souls is revealed. The divine conflict is not distant, but searing close, touching every fiber of your being. Your daughter's spirit hangs in the balance, pulled by forces ancient and relentless. The moon trembles behind torn clouds, casting fractured light onto the battlefield of the unseen. Shadows twist and coil like serpents, battling against bursts of radiant light that slice through the gloom. The clash is deafening, a symphony of divine power meeting mortal frailty. Archangel Michael's voice rings like a clarion call, summoning the heavens to justice and mercy both. The hour of reckoning is upon us. The dark pact forged in silence will be shattered by the sword of truth. His wings unfurl, casting shadows that battle the encroaching darkness. The earth beneath you shakes as if the spiritual war's fury spills into the physical realm. Flames flicker in the distance, reflecting the burning anger of a God who refuses to be mocked. Every secret whispered in darkness is ripped into the light, exposing the hidden wounds. God says, "The divine fire consumes the corruption, purging the rot that threatens to poison your future." The wrath is fierce but measured, a cleansing storm designed to restore balance. Your daughter's fate is entwined with this celestial cleansing. Her spirit tested in the crucible of divine justice. The stars pulse with the rhythm of the battle, their light flickering like a heartbeat caught between hope and despair. The veil between heaven and earth thins until it is but a whisper, and you feel the weight of divine presence pressing down. The forces of betrayal and redemption collide with cataclysmic fury. Archangel Michael's sword blazes like a comet, cutting through the shadows with searing clarity. His voice booms, "Justice will not be denied. The hidden deal will be undone." And the scales balanced at last. His wings beat with the sound of thunder, a rallying cry for the forces of light. The spiritual conflict is a storm of fire and ice, destruction and renewal entwined. Your daughter stands in the eye of this tempest, her spirit battered yet unbroken. The night hums with divine energy, charged with the promise of transformation or ruin. God says the battle's outcome will echo through eternity, shaping destinies yet unborn. This cosmic clash is a turning point where mercy must meet judgment and darkness must confront light. Your soul feels the surge of power, a tidal wave of hope and dread entwined. The moon hides behind a veil of storm clouds, yet its pale glow remains a beacon in the chaos. Shadows recoil before the divine radiance, and even the darkest secrets shudder at the touch of truth. The forces arrayed against you will falter before the strength of justice. Archangel Michael stands resolute, a warrior of light and protector of souls. His sword strikes down deceit, his shield guards the innocent. Stand firm, he declares, for the tide of justice rises, and none can stand against the will of God. The heavens open wide as divine light pours forth, washing over the battlefield in waves of purity. The air shimmers with the weight of revelation, and the earth quakes beneath the power unleashed. The cosmic clash rages, but within it glimmers a promise: renewal is possible. God says this is the moment where all debts will be paid, where every secret will be laid bare. The divine fire burns away falsehoods and fear, leaving only truth and hope. Your daughter's spirit is not beyond saving, but the path is perilous and demands courage. The night crackles with energy, alive with the song of angels and the roar of divine justice. You feel the pulse of the eternal war, a dance of destruction and creation that defines existence. Archangel Michael's voice is a beacon in the storm. The battle is fierce, but the dawn will come. The first light of dawn cracked the darkness, a fragile promise glowing on the horizon. A stillness settled, heavy with the weight of what had passed. As if the very air held its breath, Archangel Michael says, "The moment of final judgment has arrived. What is hidden is now laid bare, and the scales of justice weigh the truth. The shadows that once cloaked your daughter's spirit begin to recede, peeled back by the relentless light of divine justice. The secret deal forged behind your back is no longer a whisper in the dark, but a blazing truth illuminated by heavenly fire. The ground beneath trembles, responding to the unfolding reckoning. God says the anger burning in the heavens is tempered now with the soft mercy of understanding. The storm has passed, but its scars remain, marking a turning point in the destiny of your family. Your daughter stands at the crossroads of redemption and consequence. Her soul forever changed by the trial. The moon retreats behind the fading clouds, yielding to the cleansing rays of morning. The air feels lighter, as if a great weight has been lifted from the world. The spiritual conflict, though fierce, has birthed a new clarity, a chance for healing and transformation. Archangel Michael's voice is steady, a calm after the tempest. The dark pact is broken. The chains that bound your daughter's fate are shattered. What remains is the path forward, one forged in truth, repentance, and divine grace. His wings fold gently, a symbol of guarded hope. The earth beneath you breathes anew, the echoes of celestial battle fading into a quiet hum. Light spills over the horizon like a balm, soothing wounds both seen and unseen. The spirits of justice and mercy walk side by side, guiding your daughter toward the dawn of a new beginning. God says redemption is not the absence of failure, but the triumph over it. The divine fire has purified, not destroyed, leaving a soul reborn in its wake. Your daughter's journey is far from over, but now it is illuminated by the unwavering light of divine purpose. The stars twinkle softly, as if offering silent applause to the courage shown in the face of darkness. The veil between worlds remains thin, but now it is a gateway to hope rather than fear. The celestial battle's scars become marks of strength, a testament to survival and grace. Archangel Michael stands as sentinel, his presence a shield against future shadows. Remember this moment, he urges, for it is the foundation of all that is to come. The divine will has been made clear, and with it, a sacred charge to walk in the light. His voice lingers like a sacred echo. The divine light flows like a healing river, washing over every fractured piece of your family's story. The tension dissolves into peace, the conflict into understanding. Your daughter's spirit breathes deeply, renewed and ready to face what lies ahead. God says even in the darkest night, the dawn is sure. The divine justice that once seemed fierce now reveals itself as love in its purest form. Your daughter's future is no longer shadowed, but illuminated by the promise of transformation. The morning breeze carries the soft song of angels, a melody of hope and renewal. The spiritual wounds begin to close, replaced by a quiet strength born from trial. The journey toward peace has begun, guided by divine hands and eternal light. Archangel Michael's final words ring with solemn power. Guard this truth in your heart. The battle has shaped you all, but it does not define you. Walk forward with courage, for the light of God's love is eternal and unshakable. The heavens smile gently, the stars now steady and bright. The dark clouds that once threatened have parted, revealing a sky filled with endless possibility. Your daughter's soul, once shadowed and uncertain, now shines with the brilliant light of divine grace. God says this is the gift of transformation. Pain transformed into power, betrayal into wisdom, and judgment into mercy. Hold fast to this truth, for it will guide you through every storm yet to come. The future is no longer a place of fear, but of divine promise. The sun climbs higher, its golden rays a benediction upon all that has been and all that will be. The battle is over, but the journey continues, bathed in light, guarded by angels, and blessed by God's unending love.